What's up, people? DuckBass back at you. We're about 3 weeks away from it getting prime time. But today I'm going to be working on making some jug lines up. I wanted to show y'all, I know y'all have seen several videos on jug lines. Well, these are the materials you're actually going to need. This is your main line. This is a 235-pound test. This is what you call your main line. This is your staging line. This is what you put your hooks on. Is a 100-pound test. I pre-cut everything. I've already got some lines cut here at 30 feet. This is my staging line. I cut them at 24 inches. When you double them up and put the hook on, they're 12-inch. I do 12-inch leaders. Everybody does them different. You've got two different kinds of jugs. These are what you call your noodle lines. These are the more modern lines. I've made a bunch of these up a couple of years ago. But these old ones right here, I'm bringing back to life, are actually about 13 years old. But these were old apple juice bottles. I Gorilla Glued the lid on them, cut up a piece of the old green noodle foam there, stick it on top, and that gives you somewhere for your hooks to go into as you roll the line up. As you can see, these are done here. I'm doing some at 40 feet, some at 30 feet, and you can just do them different depths. I'm doing 40 feet, 30 feet, 25 feet, and 20 feet. All right, the things you're gonna need is I'm going with circle hooks on all of them this time. I'm putting these 5/0 hooks on these bigger jugs, and my noodle lines I'm gonna go with 4/0 circle hooks. I'm changing up hooks. I'm getting away from the straight shank hooks and going with circle hooks. You're going to need the barrel swivels. You got the brass ones and you got the black ones. I always normally use a size 3. And then you got a size 1 snap swivel. This is what I'm going to put my weight on it with. You are going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need a lighter, because you need to burn and melt the end of each one of these lines so they don't come unraveled, because they will come unraveled if you don't burn them. You're going to need a Sharpie. You got to write your name, address, and the current date that you set them out. Every time you set them out, you got to put the date you're putting them out on. All right, and I've got a big bag of rubber bands. You can clearly see where I bought them from. And you need to put them on there just to keep, it makes it easier when you throw these in a bag and you put them out, that way they don't all get tangled up and stuff. Let's go ahead and put one of these together now. And like I was telling you, this line's already pre-cut to 30 feet. This jug's gonna be 30 feet of depth. I've already burnt the end on this one, but I'm just gonna show you. Just burn it for a few seconds, just like that. And do not touch this, because this will brand you and leave a scar on you like you would not believe. All right, I'm just gonna go with, I'm gonna go with 3 hooks on this line. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the swivels on now. 1, 2, 3. And what I like doing, keep them up here, because I'll take the remainder of this line, because you got 30 feet you're sitting here messing with. I got this this is something I got out of the kitchen. I don't know, my wife uses this for something, crushing something, I don't know what it is. You can use any kind of stick, anything you want to use. I just wrap it around here. This is some time consuming stuff, people, but it's worth it. And I always go about around 5 feet. Get my first swivel, pull it on down here like that. And this first knot, I'm gonna go on the other side of it. Can be confusing at first, but once you do a few of them, you'll get her down. There's my first knot right there. But I want to put 2 of them, because 1 I don't think's enough. You want to put this knot on here so that you get that big catfish on there, he gets to moving it. He'll pull that swivel up over that knot. So let me get my second knot right here. Same old drill, get through there, bring that swivel back around, through there, just like that. So I'm getting that second knot, I'm gonna put it right on top of it. Just like that. Double knot. made it a lot bigger. Now I'm gonna put the knot on this side. 2 of them. Same thing here. Right there. Double knot. You want to do a double knot. I always do 2. All depends on the size swivels you get, really. Just like that. Cinch it down in there. There we go. See there? See that swivel? Mr. Catfish can't get that past them knots now. Because if you get too small of a knot and he pulls it down there, say it's on that top hook, he's going to pull it all down and you're going to have a big mess. And that line's just crap. You're going to have to make another line up. It's about 5 feet right there. Now I'm going to do my second swivel. And on the second one, the law is 3 foot, 36 inches. I just think of it, I gauge it as I'm thinking about, got a big catfish on there. I don't want them to be hitting each other. So that right there, it's more than 36 inches. Like I said, you can get real confused here, people, on what you're doing if you're not careful. I gotta get my swivel back on this side. So it just takes patience and time to do it correctly. Patience, 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 patience and time. My daddy used to make up them trot lines just like this, and I remember when I was a kid. Oh, Andrew Catfish Weaver, may he rest in peace. There's number 2. You ain't got no patience, don't try to do one of these. When you're duck bass right now, can't do nothing. I got plenty of time to do it. One more knot and this puppy's done. As far as swivels go. 1, 2, 3, right there. This is going to be the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and tie on my big snap swivel. That's where the weight's going to go, right there. All right. Now undo all this. Get your jug. Tie it on that nylon handle. What do we got to do? Burn that in. And what I can use, you can use anything for a weight. Brick, just whatever. I bought these. This is a 1 pound weight. They're pretty expensive, so if you can find something else, use them. That 1 pound weight gonna hold these just fine. Now, I'm wrapping it up. All right, come to my first swivel. Get your staging line. Duck bass should have had some of these already pre-laid out. Put my hook through here, like this. You double it. That's why I cut them at 24 inches, but when you double them up like this, they're actually 12 inches now. That's just my preference. You can make them as long as you want to. Here again, I like the 2 knots. Burn the ends of these. A few seconds, not long. Don't let them burn you. Wrap it up. Take your hook. Put it in that foam right there. Second hook. I don't know if y'all can hear in the background, but we got the parakeets out in the back room. And I think they're about ready to come back into the AC, so duck bass got to finish this up here. Stick it in your foam. See the purpose of the foam now. Okay. Last hook. Stick her in. Finish wrapping this up. Run it through here, get it out of your way. Right there. Get your big rubber band. One there. You can put as many rubber bands on there as you want. You just don't want to have a mess when you throw all these in your bag. I tell you, I like using a duck decoy bag to keep them in. See that right there, keep them from getting untangled. And write your name, your address, the date you're putting it out. And every time you put it out, you got to put the date you're putting it out on. Make sure you always change the date. Other than that, that's done. And all you need is the bait and set them out. These are going to be 30 foot of water. Just remember, people, what the old duck bass always says. You can't catch them if you don't go. And if you don't go, you sure don't know. Duck bass out.